Welcome to Creative Pages with Catherine. I'm Catherine, and you have found the video for my full project of the smaller box I did as part of the Whimsical Wonderland Christmas in July challenge. This was the smaller box with the notched closure at the top of the box, and it features our Creative Memories Seasonal Sightings collection. Please check the description box below this video if you would like to find the other videos as well as links for shopping for the items found in the video and classes that I offer both virtually and in person. But now let's get into the project. I am so excited to show you this second full project using our envelope and bow creator to show you how to make a box, which our bow and envelope creator give you instructions on how to make a bow and how to make an envelope. But we're going to make a box, and this is going to be a smaller box than the other one I showed you in my other video. So here we go. We're going to start with a 6-inch square piece of paper, and I'm going to go ahead and grab my silver dot tip pen again, and we're essentially making a 1 3/4 inch box. So we're going to start by marking 1 3/4 inches from each end of this paper. So 4 1/4 and 1 3/4. So here's 1 3/4. I know I'm trying to be extra conscientious about it this time after I made a slight error the last time. And I think I'm going to go ahead and turn my paper and make my life easier so I can go ahead and put my marks again at 1 3/4, which is 4 1/4 and 1 3/4 here. Make sure I got the correct mark there. 4 1/4. Okay. So essentially we start the same way as what we did with the other box. We're going to go ahead and line up on our envelope and bow creator right in between here at this line where it's the center. And that's where we're going to go ahead and use our notch punch and to punch notches on where all of our marks are. And so you don't have to worry about the marks because they will all get punched away, which is really nice. Oops, let's make sure I get this lined up. And okay. So let's go ahead and get rid of our punched parts. We are going to corner round again the top and bottom using the corner punch. Just kind of the two opposite ends there. Looks like I got one in better than the other. Let me see if I can fix that. There we go. And let me put in the tip the second time. All right. Now let's start scoring, and we're just going to follow that same pattern we did the last time as well. You're going to use your stylus. You don't have to pull your arm out this time because it is a smaller box. And we're just going to line it up, basically getting it as close as possible to the base line across here. And then you're going to move it up and go ahead across. Again, you're lining up your paper along this diagonal here, and you're using your scoring tool to score going across. Looks like I'm ever so slightly off, so we're going to see. Hopefully my box will still wind up square. You want to go turn your paper and just go all 4 sides all the way around. Just going as evenly as you can. And I'm using a cranberry cardstock for this one because we're going to be using our seasonal Sightings collection, which has more of the traditional reds and greens, whereas Joy to the World, which was what I used for my other box, has more navies and grays, a little more non-traditional modern Christmas, if you will. Okay, one more turn here, coming down, and I'm just, like I said, trying to get it as even as possible. I guess my lines weren't quite as squared off as I thought they were going to be, but we're close. You can see how this is definitely going to be a square box. You can see all of my scoring lines there going around. And I'm going to set aside my envelope and bow maker now, and we are going to go ahead and start folding and using our bone folder again, just to make sure that all of our lines are straight going around the box. Okay, these tops as well. And okay, for this one, you don't need your scissors. So you actually want to put it back on your envelope and bow creator after you have done your folding, because what we want to do is go from the point where it meets this point here, this V shape coming in. We're kind of going from a diamond shape back to a square, and we are going to line up where the point here is on our score line. Oops. Let's make sure I'm actually getting this flat on here, and you're just going to give it a little score because we are going to be folding this in just a moment. So there we go, and then turn it and do the same thing. So you want to just make sure you get it lined up as best as you can and come out. There's that. And there we go. Okay, so now that we have all of our scoring done, now we're going to take these corners and fold them in. So whereas our other box opened, we had the top opening. This one has a top opening as well, but it's just a little bit different. So we're going to be folding these in. We're going to secure the folded parts to our corner rounded points, or the sides of the box, because we're going to be adding a little extra slit here, and we're basically going to have a slit close on our box. So let me get my photo tape again and my microchip scissors, and I'm just going to start getting some small pieces here to hold this together, because we want to get all four sides secure to each other, and then we're going to get it so it gets secured to these ends as well. And so I'm taking maybe a 1/2 inch of tape. You can see some of it's a little diagonal, some of it's straight. It's just a little piece, so that way things will hold together. Pull off your paper. And the reason I'm using the photo tape is because it's stronger than our traditional tape runner. And with using the cranberry cardstock, it's a little bit heavier. And so I want to make sure it stays secure. You probably could use your precision point adhesive with this as well, but then you have to sit there and hold it so it stays together. And I just didn't have the patience for that. So up to you with what adhesive you eventually want to use. I just basically tucked in all four corners of my ends. So I'm going to fold this back so you can kind of see where I'm at right now. So you can see where I have those points are together because of the little bit of tape I used. And now I'm going to go ahead and get some more tape so I can stick them to each side. So we actually will have a more opening in our box, if you will. So again, we just need some more small pieces. These are probably going to be about 1 inch. So that way we secure everything together. I'm going to put it on the side with the flap. And I don't know if I can actually get the camera view in there. There we go. So it's on just the flat part. And I put it on the longer end since I had a little bit of a longer piece of tape. But that is what's going to stick it to the side here. And make sure you're putting it on the side that's going to go onto the rounded end. It is a little bit hard to see in, but we're getting it. Go. And one more. That one might be, hopefully that isn't too long. No, we're good. Okay, so now we need to go ahead and pull off our paper. Just kind of reach in and pull. Well, maybe if you can get the right end. There we go. Oops, thought I had it. There we go. Okay. Make sure you don't have any hanging down the bottom because you don't want it sticking to your gift. And then I'm just going to press it down to secure the flap. Pressing it down on the inside here. So now you can see where those two flaps are staying down. It's on the side where I rounded the corner. Now we're going to go ahead and do this opposite side as well. Again, I'm going to make sure I don't have any tape hanging over, and basically I'm just kind of taking my thumb and rubbing it along the bottom, and just to make sure there isn't any over the bottom here. And so far I've been lucky, there really hasn't. And then I'm just going to go ahead and fold these in again on the side. And now we have a nice open box that you can put in a little petit four, or maybe a little piece of jewelry, or maybe a craft supply. I don't know. Depends on what you have that would be small enough to fit into this box for your friend. Okay, so now we also want to cut a little notch in our flap so we can fold these over. And I've got something that didn't cooperate as well. I folded this one in just a little bit too far. Let me open it and re-stick it a minute. Here we go. There we go. Okay, so on our top part, we're going to cut just a small slit in the paper here, not quite all the way through. And we're going to do the same. I just turned the box around. I'm just going to do the same thing, about the same distance down, so I can fold in my sides that have the corner rounded tops, and go ahead and notch together the top of my box. There we go. There you have it. That's our second box. And now let's decorate it a little bit. I've moved everything out of the way. We're going to go ahead and decorate our little box real quick, just with the four sides. So everything is 1 3/4 inch by 1 3/4 inch. And in our seasonal sightings paper pack, we have this Christmas light paper that has kind of like a Santa hat look on the back of it. I'm going to grab my regular tape runner and just add some tape to the back of these papers and stick these on to the sides. I'm going to have it where the lights are running around each side of the box. I'm not going to do the top of the box and the bottom like I did on my other box, but if you watch that other video, you can see how I decorate that one. And that one's more of a rectangle, and this one is more of a squared off box. So there's that going around the sides. And I do have a little tag for this one as well that I used our 3-in-1 bevel tag punch to make. In our seasonal siding paper pack, we also have some paper with some cardinals on it. I did a 1-inch by 2-inch tag, and then I fussy cut out our little single cardinal so that way we can attach it to our box. I have a little bit of yarn here that goes with our cardinal, and let me see if I can actually get the end of this one. This one is cotton. I have our tan yarn. I'm just going to take a little piece off of it and create our tag real quick here. Let's maybe not make it quite as long as I did the other one. Go ahead and put a knot in the bottom. All right. And then we're just gonna, oh, I forgot to put my saying on here because of course it's the Alice in Wonderland challenge. And I thought, for this one, since it is smaller, let's go ahead and put Eat Me on it, since on the movie we had the Eat Me. And Drink Me on the other tags. We're going to go ahead and add a little decoration here. And I'll add a couple more dots with our silver dot tip pen. This one's being smaller is a little bit harder, but I think it worked out. Let's get this last corner also. Okay. So here we go for Alice to find our little tag that says Eat Me with our little cardinal on the back. And you can just secure it going through the sides again. Or if you want to punch a hole in your paper, you can do that as well. There we go. I hope you enjoyed watching these projects today. I enjoyed making them for you. I really loved the challenge of figuring out how to make a box using our envelope and bow creator, when just something a little different to use it for, make it a little more special and add on an extra use for it. If you haven't already subscribed to my channel, I would love it if you would please do so, and hit the bell if you want to know what's coming next. I do live stream monthly as well. Until next time.